say you should join the one with all those nice looking people.
I know there's a whole lot of people staring at me. Okay, let's see, here we go.
Yeah, there.
Oh, Mark. That's better. Good job.
All right.
Just let him fall.
Chief, are you okay? Do you want? Can you see enough? Do you want?
Would the host let me in, please?
Who's that woolly beast in front of our village clerk? And should we send help?
It's always nice when the host lets
Look at that.
Oh, my.
Yeah, Mary Jo's being
Oh,
abused.
you've changed.
We're being mooned.
You grew a tail.
It's a filter.
Oh, boy. Well, let's see how we're doing here. We've got Mary Jo and her dog.
Cat.
Or cat, I'm sorry. I'm going to just stop now.
We
We've
have
got
sufficient legal representation.
Trustee Wells, I might need it.
Yeah.
And Trustee Jensen, and we've got Trustee Otterson in the peanut gallery tonight. And I think that's Trustee Siddick on the telephone.
Yep, I'm here.
I forgot what she looks like.
And I'm just waiting to see
only
Trustee
dials in.
Miller and or
Well, I
Trustee.
don't know how to do the other stuff.
We could take your picture off the wall and prop it up here.
Oh, yeah, we could do the picture thing. We could do the
Oh, yeah, that'd be good. All right.
cardboard cutout.
Can we use that as a revenue opportunity, Mayor?
Oh, yeah, $100 for every trustee who wants their image in their seat,
That's right.
just like the super.
The cardboard cutout.
Yep.
Pay me to put my image in this seat.
Oh, and we could sell seats in the audience here. We could put all the chairs back. We could sell seats and then pan the camera a couple times a meeting and,
Cardboard cutouts.
yeah, cardboard cutouts of our residents. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it's something to consider.
Probably the only way we'll ever get Tom Brady at one of our board.
Well,
think we
and
gotta pay for
I'm
that?
considering selling the naming rights of Village Hall.
That's right.
What do you think?
Payroll deduction on our end too. That's.
Yeah. And I think we lost
won't be
Regina.
here, though.
Yeah, where's Regina or Richard?
I'm concerned about Regina. Richard may or may not be here. I didn't talk to him today.
He didn't talk to me today either, but I'm here.
Well, I guess in the most technical sense, we have a quorum. So I guess what I'll do is call our meeting to order. Are we recording? Okay, thank you. Oh, can you erase all that stuff up to this point? Sorry, good.
Click of a mouse.
Okay, piece of cake. Anyway, this is the meeting of the Village Board Beach Park, excuse me. It's February 11th. This is our scheduled for 7 o'clock, actual 7:05 PM meeting. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Gust. Trustee Jensen.
Here.
Trustee Miller. Trustee Otterson.
Here.
Trustee Siddick.
Here.
Trustee Wells.
He's
Your
muted.
microphone's muted, Trustee Wells.
Oh.
You're quiet enough when it's not.
Thank you, sir.
He's here. Someone else just tuned in. Who's that?
Trustee Miller.
Is that Trustee Miller?
Oh,
Are you gonna let her in, Mark?
okay. Attorney Ferrolo.
Here.
Here. Mayor Hucker.
Here.
And
Hold that lid.
Donald is present.
Okay, I tally all but Trustee Gust in attendance.
Excellent.
All right. Would you all rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
One,
Great flag,
United States of America,
States of America,
and to the republic, for which it stands,
which stands
one nation,
one nation, under
indivisible,
God,
with liberty and
and
justice
justice for
for all. Mark Cuban wouldn't do that.
Nope. That's fact.
I think they're making them do it.
Yeah.
Apparently he has to.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm sure that will be another passing fad eventually here. All right, this is the first opportunity for public comment, this being for agenda items. As I scan through the attendees, I do not see any members of the public, but I would ask if there are any members of the public that wish to address the board, please unmute yourself, give us your name and state your case. Right, there will be another opportunity at the end of the agenda for any and all comers. Next up, we have the consent agenda, which includes the following. Approval of the Village of Beach Park.
Someone's hungry.
You know, and I ate dinner tonight too, so let's try that again.
Okay.
Approval of the Village of Beach Park regular board meeting minutes of January 28th, 2021. Bills presented for payment in the amount of $267,773.55. The Community Development Department monthly report from January of 2021. Is there anything that the board would have us consider separately tonight? Hearing none, I would accept a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved, Miller.
Motion by trustee Miller,
Second, Siddick.
second by trustee Siddick. Any discussion on the agenda items?
I'd just like to express appreciation to community development for a thorough multi-page report. It's very interesting. Oh, I had one question. There's a map in here I didn't understand. It looks like you've broken the village up into 24 parcels. Are those like enforcement districts or what is that?
6.
So it's not anything so formal as that. Those areas are more or less based on contiguous streets. So they're areas that I've asked the code enforcement officer to make sure that we are visiting on a regular basis. So we've got some areas that we're prioritizing for more frequent visits, corridors that we're hitting on a weekly basis at least, and then other areas that we're having a deliberate patrol of at least once a month, just to make sure that no area is totally neglected for any period of time.
Okay, thank you. Equity.
Exactly.
All right. Any other discussion? All right. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Jensen,
Aye.
trustee Miller,
Aye.
trustee Addison,
Aye.
trustee Siddick,
Aye.
trustee Wells.
All right. Motion carries. I have nothing terribly exciting tonight for the mayor's report, so I'll dispense with that. Move on to trustee reports. First up, we have trustee Jensen, chair of the finance committee.
Thank you, Mayor. I have one item, but before I do that, I just wanted to make notice of the fact that our next finance committee meeting is on the 24th, 6 p.m. Virtual. And I believe, if my notes are correct, we'll be looking at the next fiscal year budget. Is that correct, Peggy? Nod if that's correct. Yes. So that'll be a first cut look at the budget for next fiscal year. I have one agenda item, and this one is near and dear to my heart, and I think that of many of the other trustees. We'll find out in a moment when we vote on it. But this is an ordinance amending the Village of Beach Park Municipal Code Title III fee schedule in order to refund certain permit fees for the 2020-2021 permit year. And everyone's aware of this, but just to briefly recap, we're trying to do what we can to help out our food and beverage service establishments that have been hammered by these restrictions that have been placed on them. And I think somewhat unfair targeting that segment of commerce, but that's the goal here. A lot of work went into this on the part of finance and administration. I thank you. It was a challenge to target appropriately. And this will the budget impact is only about $8,000. It's really more of a gesture than anything else. And along with that, by the way, I noticed in today's paper that one of our establishments, Gen G's, has been singled out with a handful of others for enforcement by the Lake County Health Department. They couldn't enforce. They had to create an infraction, so they called it a public nuisance for being open in contravention to the governor's edict. So that's going to cost them $400. So we're not helping them much, but it helped to defray that to some degree, I guess. So that is the ordinance, and I will make that a motion.
Okay, we have a motion by trustee Jensen,
Second, Miller.
second by trustee Miller. I'd like to point out a couple things. First of all, kudos to trustee Jensen for jumping on this. I think this might be the first time I heard the words only $8,000.
Yeah, I pinched
And
myself.
yeah, we all took that to heart because this is significant. This is atypical for our finance chair's point of view on dollars and cents. And in this case, I think the cents is exceeding the dollars. So,
Well, Mayor, it is true that I do use both sides of the toilet paper.
yes, well, which is prudent. I don't want to know anymore.
Yeah.
You can stop, please. No, really, please stop. But second of all, this is the hardest hit segment of our business population, at least for our village. And I think what I take to heart the most is, to my knowledge, the health department was not out looking for businesses that were open, and that they were responding to ne'er-do-wells that are busybodies that were looking to score points, looking to enforce something that wasn't hurting anybody, and put the health department in the position of having to react. And that's unfortunate. And I mean that as an administrator of a village that carries the responsibility of laws and all of the above. There has to be common sense. When you can't get it from Springfield, you got to get it from somewhere. And in this situation, I think it was totally and wholly unfair to single out a couple of restaurants in the county to try to make a point when many were doing what they had to survive. And as a small business,
That's right.
this is painful to watch. And I think those that get their paycheck from something that's a business that's not their own will never understand the pain of obligations to other employees, to their own employees, to their vendors, to their landlords. These are all promises they made, and the nature of the people in business is to keep their promises. And it's very, very painful to see government impeding that ability in the name of security. So I'll stop preaching here, but I do appreciate this. From our side, it does feel like a gesture. Who's to say that 60% might not make the difference between continuing and not continuing? We don't know. It's not our business to know, but I think it's great that we're doing what we can. So, any other discussion on this before we have a vote?
Well, it isn't
No,
a
but I'll-
large scale amount either, like has been said, but it's something that we can do. And, I agree. I think it's something that I feel strongly about too. We don't have a glut of thriving businesses, and, any little thing that we can do to help contribute to their sustainability at this point, I'm all for it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, then I would ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Trustee Miller,
Aye.
Trustee Addison,
Aye.
Trustee Siddick,
Aye.
Trustee Wells,
Was that Wells? I didn't hear.
We can't hear you, Larry.
Oh, he's frozen,
No,
I
he's
believe. Blink, Larry. Oh, he's awake.
Wave if your vote is yes, Larry. We may have lost Larry. Can you hear us?
He's moving. I saw him move.
Yes, I can.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, there he is. Okay,
We heard.
all right. And your vote was aye?
Uh-oh.
Oh, now he's
We
gone.
did lose him.
Oh, there he is.
Oh,
He's
there he is.
back. You're
You're muted. You're muted, Larry. You're muted, Larry.
There he is.
I mean,
Now we can.
Okay, we can hear you. Is your vote aye on that matter?
that's
I think I heard an aye. Okay.
And Trustee Jensen.
It looked like my vote is aye.
All right, thank you. The motion carries. Well done. Anything further?
Can I make a motion to get Larry a
Not
high-powered
from me.
microphone?
Indeed. That concludes my report, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Gus is not here. Is there any report on behalf of Parks and Recreation? Okay. Moving on then to Trustee Wells, Planning, Building, Zoning Committee.
hear me, Mr. Mayor?
Yep.
I don't have no report. However, I would like to take a moment to commend our Community Development Director, Andrew Jennings, for his behind-the-scene efforts. He's generally under the radar, but he's been doing a fine job at cleaning up our codes and ordinances. He's done a fine job at conducting his P&Z hearings, working on connectivity plans. His attention to detail and many other attributes that he's brought to the department. And again, he oftentimes goes under the radar, but I just wanted to take a moment to thank him for all of his hard work.
Very good. Thank you. It's nice to be appreciated.
Very quietly, appreciate it.
There, I'd also like to commend Mr. Administrator Huber for his leadership and for keeping us informed at all times. And that concludes my report.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, moving on, Trustee Miller, Public Relations and Intergovernmental Committee.
Thank you, Your Honor. Trustee Wells just reminded me of something. I think that our Administrator Huber has passed his official first year.
Did we forget a cake? Dang it.
No, you didn't forget a cake.
Cake or a beach park mask or something. But congratulations, and we're glad you're still here.
I love it.
Even
So
though
is
I
it
don't
off
get to see
probation
you
now?
ever, but
Lots to do. There you go. Off
No,
probation.
he's only off of double secret probation.
You know, once they're off probation, they start speaking their mind.
I know. Yeah.
Can't have that.
Well, thanks for recognizing that, because this
Yeah.
year has flown by, and that's an
Yeah, it
excellent
has.
point.
Yes, it is.
Oh, boy.
well, I just had one thing I wanted to call out that was on our new community development report provided by Andrew Jennings. And he made mention that he attended some webinars about grant programs that are being administered by the IHDA. I assume that's an Illinois Housing Department.
Development Authority.
Development Authority. Oh, okay. One specifically is something called the HAP program. It's the Home Accessibility Program. And this is something that will provide forgivable loans to seniors so that they can make accessibility improvements to their residents and they're able to age in place. And I think this is something that could be of great interest and highly useful to some of our senior residents. We are going to be adding this information to our website, and stay tuned. There'll be more information to come, I'm sure. That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay. All right, next up, we have Public Safety Committee, Trustee Siddick.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I do not have anything. Is the sheriff's office with us this evening?
Lieutenant Cavelli is on the line. I'm working on it, but I think I keep remembering. So far, so good. Have you got anything for us?
No, Mayor, as you probably have seen in our weekly releases and hearing from the village administrator, we're still have ramped up efforts on Sheridan Road. I mean, we still get some excessively fast vehicles that are traveling down there, but we're really making that a focal point. Our last couple of DUI enforcement details, we've worked on Sheridan Road. I'm sorry, on Lewis. So we're really hitting the corridor, really trying to keep the motoring public safe in those areas, but nothing significant to report since I was last with the mayor and board.
All right, thank you.
Oh, that's great. Thank you very, very much.
And if I
And
may,
is our-
I've noticed, if I may, excuse me, Linda, I've noticed those additional patrols. I commute that way. And I appreciate the fact that at rush hour, you guys are out there. You guys and gals are out there.
Happy to do it.
Yep. And is our fire chief with us this evening?
Our fire chief is in the house.
Okay, does Chief Stahl, do you have anything to report on for our residents this evening?
He's walking to the microphone.
Good
Okay.
evening, everyone. Just more informational stuff for you. Just want to let you guys know that this was our busiest year ever for the fire department. Over 1,600 calls, which is
Wow.
for you guys. So just kind of give you reference. When I started, we were running around 800 calls. So in my time, we have nearly double our call volume. This past year, overall, the county out of the 33 fire departments, we're down close to 9,000 calls, but we are one of only 4 departments to gain calls. So we're getting busier every year. So
What do you attribute the significant increase? Is there any trend that's obvious, and is there anything the village can do to help that?
yeah, we need more money.
More money?
Just like everyone. But no, I can't can't give you a stat why it's gone up. It's just
I heard they like the new chief better than the old chief. Maybe
well,
no.
I'd like to hope so.
I can't think of any other reason to call 911.
Could you send the chief over?
Yeah, send the chief.
But yeah, we're your fire department has been growing.
Yeah.
We are adding 2 more full-time members just to replace my previous spot and another member that left. So you'll have full staff coming up in the next month.
Good.
So other than that, I just wanted to give you guys that information, and if there's anything I can answer for you, happy to do so.
I have a question for the chief.
Yes.
The increase in calls, could any of that be related to the virus and having ambulance calls?
No, like I said, out of the 33 fire departments in Lake County, 29 of them went down in calls. We were one of only 4 that went up. We were down for quite a while when the pandemic first started coming up. We were up before the pandemic, but then when the pandemic hit, we dropped down below what we were the previous year by over 100 calls. But just throughout the year, we just maintained steady. Like most departments, they started catching up. If the pandemic didn't hit, most people weren't calling the ambulances because they didn't want to, whatever reason they didn't want to. But we kind of theorized that, like most departments, if the pandemic wasn't here, we'd be up even more. And I think most departments would be up more. But yeah, the service is there for everyone to use, and not a lot of people were taking advantage of it throughout the whole county. But you know, it's what we're here for.
That's good.
Here for everyone.
Yeah. Yes, I find that very, very interesting.
Yeah,
I really do.
I would have expected it to be just the opposite.
Yep.
Right.
Well, it was for most departments. Like I said, we thought it was going to spike up, but again, we weren't getting no one was really getting a whole lot of calls, but we still do get the COVID calls just like everyone else.
Yeah.
I can see communities like Vernon Hills and Gurnee having their calls be down because there's not as many people visiting those areas.
There well could be
but our community, we don't really have a big draw for retail. We're mostly, so maybe it's ours are up because people are staying home and they're usually gone during the day calling another ambulance.
There's no real correlation.
No,
I don't remember the 3 other departments besides us. I think Fox Lake went up, but I can't remember the other 2. Yeah. but
Yep.
Interesting.
If we could draw a line to that, we'd
Oh,
do
yeah.
something more to try to get
Yep.
more calls.
Well, at least there's nothing trending that casts any obvious problem issues with Beach Park particularly. It's just that it's not a single type of call that's exploded. It's everything.
It's everything.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
when there was,
multiple.
when there was talk of the cooperative consolidation, whatever you want to call it, functional consolidation with Zion, we're looking at the call numbers, and a large proportion of theirs were basically taxi cab rides to hospitals for aged and infirm. And I would imagine that those were discouraged by the hospitals, so that might have contributed to the decline, the overall decline.
Could be.
Again, they cannot deny anyone. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's just like
Right.
everyone else, we still get those calls too. You know, it's an emergency for someone and we're always here to respond for them.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thank you, sir, for your service. We appreciate it.
I'll appreciate it very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, and that concludes my report unless anybody else has any questions.
Oh, I think we're good. Thank you, Linda. Moving on, Public Works, Trustee Otterson.
I have nothing on the agenda under my report tonight, but we had a Public Works meeting Tuesday night. It went very well. Kudos to the crews for doing a fine job on the roads. We did have the second largest snowfall that we've had in the last, 12, 15 years. A couple weeks ago, and I think it went well. Everybody handled everything well, and the equipment's in good shape, and the guys are working on keeping it in good shape. They're buying more equipment to rinse the salt off when they're done, so it doesn't rust as much as our trucks seem to last longer than some of the others, because we do have a crew that takes good care of them, and
Yep.
we appreciate that. So things are going well.
Excellent. All right. And for my part, we had a TIF committee meeting tonight. And I think almost all of you were there. Basically, we discussed two key items. The first being a potential new program for the village, compliance incentive program for businesses that are out of compliance, and more to come on that. And the other item we discussed tonight was with regard to the phase one engineering consultant for the Sheridan Road bike and pedestrian path plan. So that will be coming to the village board in a future meeting as well. So that's it for committee reports. Any staff reports tonight? Anyone have anything we need to know? Okay. Peggy is just chomping at the bit. She wants to tell us something. I'm sure of it. Okay. Maybe not.
She's been talking all along, but her microphone's muted.
Well, which, yeah, okay. We don't have any old business. Is there any new business to come before our board tonight? All right, hearing none. Again, a second call for any citizen wishing to address the board. I don't see any unidentified people on the call. I don't hear anyone addressing the board. So I will go ahead and dispense with item 9. We have no cause tonight for an executive session. Do we have anything for item 12?
Mayor, it would be my honor to offer a motion to adjourn this meeting.
We have a motion
Oh.
by Trustee Jensen.
Second by Sittig.
We have a second by Trustee Siddick. Any discussion on that august motion? No discussion. All right. Well, then roll call, please.
Trustee Jensen,
Aye.
Trustee Miller,
Aye.
Trustee Otterson,
Aye.
Trustee Fiddick,
Aye.
Trustee Wells.
We are adjourned. Thank you all for your time.
Hey,
tonight.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody.
Night, everyone.
Aye.